Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Ryuz and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well. This time we're going back to the memory lane and revisit the old reliable fragile aggro deck. Am I going to make it better? Well, not exactly, but I did make it a bit more explosive using a very unusual and very rarely used Shikigami. So without further ado, let's jump into the deck rundown, shall we? The new addition to this fragile aggro deck is Usagi and Hoshiguma Doji. They both mainly function as a debuffer, but Hoshiguma can switch into a tanker, and Usagi surprisingly can hit pretty hard. To use Hoshiguma is pretty easy, you just let him stay at the back and he will debuff your opponent. The only thing that you need to pay attention is the timing of his trigger card and when you want to drop the evolve, because that card instantly gives -10 attack to the opponent when they assault, so try to time it when the opponent wants to do a big attack. The SSR is completely optional because it's very situational and only useful for one specific move using Righteous Justice. As for Usagi, we mainly want to evolve him, then hope for his luck check to fail so that we get the mysterious ingredient. The rest of his card is just a very useful combat card, especially the level 2 and level 3 card. It will help us clear the combat zone for that mid-game push. Here's the card priority list. You definitely want Serpent Lash to clear the combat zone, or just kill any Shikigami that has a form and has 4 or less health. Or you can save it for mid-game so that you can use Unprecedented as a targeting card. You definitely want Suzuka Evolve and Righteous Justice on your starting hand, mainly so that you can end the game faster. As for Usagi Evolve, you just want it for that failed luck check ingredient. For the situational option, it's mostly targeting cards and cards that can clear the opponent zone. As for the Hoshiguma Evolve, you just need to time it well so that you can stop the opponent from dealing huge damage. As for the finisher, it's pretty standard. You guys already know the deal with these cards. And the new one is Scrambling for Food. You can treat it as a weaker version of Righteous Justice, but still pretty powerful nonetheless. Well, that's it for the deck rundown. Let's see how well this deck can perform. So let's move on with the replays. Our first matchup is against another type of burst deck, that is Miketsu. I personally think that build is the high risk, high return version, because with Ebisu you also level up your opponent too, which is not ideal. I think my version is a bit better because it's more balanced. Anyway, ideally we want to get the second turn, but if we do get the first turn, there's a few moves that you can do. If you have Kyohime as starter, you want to level up Hoshiguma next because he will give the fragile rally on the next turn that you can take advantage of. Or if you have Hoshiguma as your starter, you definitely want Kyohime as your first level up and put her forward, because if they try to attack, that's an instant 5 damage in their first turn if they decide to attack. I would always save Suzuka Gozen as the last level up so that she doesn't get sniped. But then again, Onmyoji is all about adapting to your opponent's strategy. I'm just letting you know my general strategy when using this deck. On their turn they will attack with our Usagi with Shishio, then put the charging form on him and pass. Thankfully Miketsu is dead, so that form literally does nothing. With this deck you can afford getting hit a few times because you can hit back with even bigger damage, so we can pass pretty safely at this point. On their turn they activate Ghost Stories to grab 2 cards, then activate Lantern Support gaining 1 orb and pass for some reason. Well, if they don't assault, that's good for us because that fragile rally will stack and can potentially backfire on their clan. On our turn we want to get Usagi to roll dice, so we evolve him, then just put Kyohime forward so that if they attack, it will hurt. On their turn they put Fire of Tails on Awandon, then activate Forest Aegis to buff all of their Shigami. Activate Lantern Support, then attack with Shishio, killing our Kyohime. But we did deal 5 damage to him. On our turn we want Usagi luck check to fail, but we landed. Normally I would be upset, but that ingredient is really good, so we use it to buff Suzuka Gozen, then activate Budding to kill their Shishio and pass. Their Miketsu now has 5 charge, that's not good for us, but I think they still need at least 2 or 3 turns to set up. They evolve and revive Shishio, then tries to attack, but that triggers Hold the Execution, giving him -2 attack and 3 fragile, so that attack failed to kill our Usagi. After that, they activate Lantern Support and evolve Miketsu and pass. On our turn, we're just going to kill their Shishio again, then evolve Hoshiguma. That will give them -10 attack if they try to assault. On their turn, they put the revive form on Ebisu, then activate Lantern Support and Blessing to level up their Shigami. They leveled up Shishio, so he will revive. Then they try to attack again and got hit with another trigger. And that's what I call a big red dot, because we can shave 90% of their health this turn. Watch this. We add mysterious ingredient to Shishio, then put a target for all on him. After that, we hit them with Radius Justice, hitting for a whopping 24 damage and pass. Even if they can kill Suzuka Gozen, we can definitely kill them on the next turn. On their turn, they will evolve Miketsu one more time, then put the double strike form. After that, they activate Lantern Support and just attack normally. I guess they didn't get the amulet. I mean, what can you do? If you don't get it, you don't get it. Alright then, time to wrap this up. We're going to put all the stomach medicine on Miketsu, then activate Scramble for food to stack it even more and overkill them. Our second battle is the usual test. You guys already know the drill. Do let me know if you are sick and tired of seeing this battle. I can definitely change it to other types of decks. We got the second turn this time. I know I said second turn is ideal, but against Nightfall, it's not, because they're just going to put Palace Silence Hole on Kinara and call it a day. See, I was right. They did just that and passed. Well, we don't have much options here other than to try and scrape away their health as much as we can. On that turn, they fire off Flying Cranial Banter, then show Shade. Good thing they didn't land the luck check and smash with Kubinashi and pass. This turn I made a misplay because I thought I had Sharp Blades and not Light and Shadow. So everything I did this turn is a waste. On that turn, they will attack with Sparrow, then summon Straining Wara Ninjo targeting Suzuka Gozen and pass. I mean, we still have ways to get rid of that, so we evolve Usagi, then activate Light and Shadow. They landed luck check, so that will not kill the blasted Wara Ninjo. But because of that attack, Wara Ninjo and Sparrow has Fragile, so we activate Phantom Frenzy to kill both of them and pass. On that turn, they will just pass because they don't want to risk losing their main Nightfall engine. Well, on our turn, because their Kubinashi will revive next turn, we're going to evolve and then buff Suzuka Gozen and pass. On their turn, they are going full throttle, evolving Kubinashi, putting Skeleton, then direct attack, but nothing happens because they didn't deal any damage. On our turn, we give Kubinashi the mushroom, then hit them hard with Suzuka Gozen evolve and pass. We didn't kill him because if they happen to attack with him, we can deal a huge attack on the next turn. On their turn, they put another skeleton on him. Well, there goes our plan. Then snipe our Suzuka with pecking birds. And there goes Mama. That was depressing. After that, they attack with Kubinashi and pass. On our turn, we put another mushroom on him, then activate Foraging to kill him and pass. On the turn, they will evolve Kinara. Type of players are so damn lucky. They seem to always get the level 3 evolve at level 3. That 3 projectile is going to be very annoying. Then killed our Usagi with Sparrow and Bass. On our turn, I made a slight misplay. I could have killed either Sparrow or Ushitu if I activated a target for all before activating Phantom Frenzy. But I guess that misplay paid off because they feel confident enough to drop the SSF field, then attack with Kuminashi and pass. On our turn, we activate a target for all on Kuminashi, then fire off unprecedented, dealing a total of 23 damage and pass. We are definitely low on cards, but so are they, so they will activate Substitution Waraninjo and pass. That was a weak move. On our turn, we activate Light and Shadow to clear the way, then activate Budding, dealing exactly 5 damage, and that will win us the game. Well, that's all for today's video. I certainly hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments who should I do next, and if you want to support the channel, I have Patreon and Ko-Fi links down below. And as usual, if you have any kind of feedback, leave it down in the comments, and see you next video. Bye!